Think it not strange that all the ending of last year and even into the first of this year, Bishop has been preaching and teaching us on discipline. He's been instructing us about discipline. He even went as far as to tell us that discipline is the doorway to destiny. And so as I considered the text, he says this. Look at what he says. It's right there in verse number 16. He says, for which cause we faint not. He said, here's the reason why you can't give up in this season. He says, because while your outward man perish, your inward man is renewed day by day. Now you don't understand it. Let me help you understand it. He says, while the world is killing you from outside in, I am strengthening you from inside out. That's the reason why it don't matter how old you get, you can look younger and younger, because the Bible said that he'll renew your youth. Oh God, y'all ain't happy, huh? Touch your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, the reason why I look this good while I'm going through such bad stuff is because I got discipline development. I have learned in whatever state I'm in, therein to be content. Tap your neighbor, Bill, New York, and tell him, neighbor, I am disciplined while I'm developing. There's light affliction, which is but for a moment. It's diluted because most of you don't even understand the whole term diluted. Let me help you. You know how us down here in the South, we make Kool-Aid. You understand Kool-Aid, right? You understand sometimes, see, in my house, I was banned from making Kool-Aid because I would take the sugar and just pour it. You understand? And my mother would call it syrup and not Kool-Aid because by the time I got through, it was so thick. And grandmama would drink it, but she'd take some water and add it to her glass. I said, grandmama, why you doing that? She says, because whenever something is too strong, I've got to give it a little water to bring the strength out of it. Tap your neighbor and tell them what God is doing is taking the strength out of your struggle. It was supposed to kill you, but the reason why you can't die is because God is taking the strength out of your struggle. Tap Mando, tap your neighbor and tell them God is taking the strength out of my struggle. He diluted this dilemma, my Lord. Look at what Paul says. He gives us two, Askia. He gives us two, Carter. I'm so glad you came. He gives us two reasons why it's diluted. Look what he says. He says, number one, your affliction is light. He says, number two, it ain't gonna last long. I know it was sent to kill me, but it's only going to make me stronger. I know that it was hard, it was, but truth of the matter is, the harder it is, the stronger I become. You understand, Bishop told us that whenever someone works out, while at the beginning of the workout, it seems very difficult, but if you keep on doing it, he said it gets easier as the days go by. Wish my great-grandmother was here, because if Granny was here, Granny would sing a song that says, sweeter as the day go by. Y'all ain't happy. Touch your neighbor, and I got to close and tell them, neighbor, please don't worry about me where I am, because this thing is diluted. I know. You see all of these empty seats, but don't worry. It's a diluted dilemma, because God had to my shield. He planned my victory before I got in the fight. Y'all ain't happy, huh? Touch your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, neighbor, the reason why I'm dancing in the rain and singing while I'm sad is because I understand that this right here, it won't last long. I heard the songwriter say that trouble don't last always. Woo! Just look at your neighbor and tell them, I don't care how bad it is today. Trouble, it don't last long. Oh my God. And so the last thing, Sade, he said, it's working for you. A far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. I had overseer Haywood Hamilton in Philadelphia say that you can always measure your reward based upon the intensity of your fight. And I don't know who's had to fight as hard as I have. Really don't understand how bad you've been struggling. Don't know how far your money been in the hole. Don't know how long you've been sick, how long your mind been confused. But I got good news. He's working for you. Tap, 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 tap somebody and tell them, neighbor, neighbor, you need to know that this thing is gonna work for you. Look at what Anthony told us. Anthony told us that at the end of the fight, God would win. Look at what Cedric told us. He told us that we're winners. But I want to help you here, because some of you are confused. Is God the winner or are we the winner? Got good news for you. I got good news. I said both of us are winners, because if God be for us, he's my partner, you know. Who can be against us? Tap your neighbor and tell them this victory is for the team. This victory is for the home. Tap, 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 tap your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, I want you to know that while I'm in the fight, I understand that it ain't my battle and it ain't my fight, because he's the God of the battle that I cannot fight. Tap my God, tap your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, oh neighbor, when I come out of this, my confession will be, it was worth it the whole time. They lied on me. It was worth it. Talked about me. It was worth it. I believe I got help from a rapper. He said, how you like me now? Gold teeth when I smile. Trying to take me out the ghetto, but I'm still buck wild. What did he mean by that? He was simply saying, you talked about me, you laughed at me, but I'm on top. Just touch your neighbor and tell him my testimony is that I'm on top of the bottom. Y'all ain't happy. I said touch and prophesy to somebody and tell them why I've been in a fight. I'm about to be the victor after all, because I got one vision. Y'all ain't happy. And I got one voice. All I need now is the victory. And look at these preachers. They already told you that victory was ours. What you looking at? I may as well close the way I close in Brooklyn, New York. Get somebody by the hand and shake their hand and say to them these words. Congratulations on surviving the worst season of your life. Get another one and say it to them. Congratulations, woo, on surviving the worst season of your life. It was hard, it was, but you survived. It was rough, I know, but you survived. You cried, but survived. Yes, I cried in it, but I didn't die. Thank God. I said thank God, I didn't die. Shout yes. Woo. I may as well close. Lining the hills of a favorite song. The song says that tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases. People are slipping away. The economy is down. People can't get enough pay. But as for me, all I can say is you wouldn't see fit to let none of these things be. But every day by your power, you keep blessing me. Just touch your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, welcome to the best of the better. I said, tell another one, welcome to the best of the better. You've been in better days. You've been in better seasons. But today, you slip into the best of the better. Now clap your hands. Open your mouth and say to God, I thank you because you shifted me out of where I am into a better place. Better, 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 better. Clap your hands